an expo of the topics that NECO has brought out, from which your questions in chemistry this year will come from. So just pay attention to this video, watch this video from beginning to the end, so you can get all the topics from which your exam in chemistry will be set from. The number one topic is just basically introduction to chemistry. If you go to your chemistry textbook, you will find this topic: measurement of physical quantity, scientific measurement, and the importance of chemistry, scientific method. Then another important topic that we said is structure of an atom. Structure of an atom. Under it, we have gross features of the atom, atomic numbers. Just read up everything you can about atomic number, proton number, number of neutron, isotopes, atomic mass, mass number. Then read up relative atomic mass and relative molecular mass. Also read up characteristics and nature of matter, everything you can about matter, particulate nature of matter, physical and chemical changes, electron configuration, orbitals, rules and principles for filling in electrons. Okay, these are very important. The third topic for you to read is standard separation techniques. This is always coming out. It also came out very well in this year's WAEC exam. So study separation methods like classification of mixtures, separation techniques like under separation technique, you know things like filtration, decantation. Um, just study up filtration techniques, then study criteria for purity. Then study periodic chemistry. Under a study periodicity of the elements. You know, first 20 elements in the periodic table, there are columns and sections. So study the periodic table very well, especially focusing on the first 20 elements from hydrogen to first 20 elements. Just study everything about the first 20 elements. So like look at this, they say different categories of elements in the periodic table. Then study periodic law, trends in the periodic table, periodic gradation of elements in the third period. In the third period, nitrogen to argon. Remember, that is why this syllabus is important. They specify, they'll ask nitrogen to argon. Reactions between acid and metals, the oxide and triisocarbonate. Periodic gradation of elements in group 7. So focus on group 7, the halogens, F, that is fluorine, chlorine, boron, and iodine. Elements of the first transition series. So just study up these things. Another section that NECO brought out is chemical bonding. By the way, if you want me to send you this material I'm reading from, what you do is just like this video, watch this video to the end, then subscribe to our YouTube channel, Noble Tutorial. Just hit on subscribe. When you subscribe, come under this video and tell me I have subscribed. Once you have subscribed, I will send this material to you if you need it. I can also add you to our channel YouTube group on YouTube on WhatsApp, so that you will meet other members like you and will supply you all the information you need to pass your exams. So study chemical bonding. Under chemical bonding, study interatomic bonding, formation of ionic bond and compound, properties of ionic bond, the meaning of ionic bond, formation of covalent bond and compounds, properties of covalent bond, coordinates, oxidative covalent bond, shape of molecular compound, metallic bonding, factors influencing its formation, properties of metals, hydrogen bonding, and all the rest. So you can see this year they're focusing more on covalent bonding, not on electrovalent bonding. That is why this syllabus is important. Then study stereochemistry and chemical reaction, symbols, formula, and equation, chemical symbols, empirical and molecular formula, chemical equation, and IUPAC name of chemical compounds. These are very important. Just get your chemistry textbook and read up these things. Laws of chemical combination, amount of substance, mole ratio. So remember, there are also calculations in each of these things. So as you study, they must also study the calculation. By the way, if you need past question in NECO chemistry or any other subject, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Come under this video, tell me you have subscribed, then I can send you any past question, both on chemistry, WAEC, or NECO, or any other subject. Then study states of matter. Under you study kinetic theory of matter. This is always coming out. Study changes of matter. Study diffusion, gases, characteristics of nature of gases and other. Study liquids, vapor and gases, solids, characteristics and nature of solid, types and structure, properties of solid, and all the rest. So read up these things because they are the things that NECO said will come out. Then study energy and energy changes. Under is study energy and enthalpy. Description, definition, and illustration of energy changes and their effects. So they say you should study enthalpy. Basically, they may not set questions from entropy, but enthalpy. Then study acid, base, and salt. Acid, base, and salt. Of course, under acid, base, and salt, you study electrolysis, electrolytes, and all the rest. Classification of acid and basic. Concept of pH. pH value, both acidic, pH reading from number 1 to 14. Y7 is the middle, and all the rest. Just study it up. Study salt. Hydrolysis of salt. Delinquents, efflorescent and hydroscopic compound. Acid-base indicators. Acid-base titration. Study solubility of substances. Study chemical, kinetic, and equilibrium rates. Then come and study redox reaction. Of course, you know it's always coming out. Oxidation and reduction reaction. Oxidizing and reducing agents. Redox equation. Study these things up and study the calculations that follow. Just get to your chemistry textbook and study these things. Then study chemistry of carbon compounds. Very important. Classification, functional group, separation and purification of carbon compound, petroleum, all this. Alkanes, study alkanes, study alkanes and alkynes, both how to draw them. This is organic chemistry. These things will come out. So study alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes. Then study benzene, study alkanols, study alkanoic acid, study alkanoids. Then study chemistry, industry, and the environment. This one is simple. Chemistry, industry, pollution, air, water, and soil pollution. Then biotechnology. Then study basic biochemistry and synthetic polymers. Under you study proteins, study amino acids, study fats, oil, and their structures too. Study carbohydrates, study synthetic polymers. Okay, so this is basically the topics you need to focus on, right? So as you study, whenever you have questions, feel free to come under this video and tell me your question. Look at the recommended textbook, New Skill Chemistry. That's U Ababio that I talked about, and other materials. So like this video, study this concept that I've mentioned, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Noble Tutorials, come under this video, tell me you're subscribed, then copy this link of this video, share it on all the WhatsApp, Twitter, and Facebook group you belong to, so that your colleagues writing chemistry will also watch and benefit. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe immediately.